Before we start, I quickly wanted to mention that the subtitles on these videos are auto-generated with DaVinci Resolve, so the translation might not be perfect. So if you see any funky words in there, I don't have the capacity to check every single word. So if I by accident left in anything, just ignore it and just trust your ears. Also, I just quickly wanted to mention that I have a Patreon. Down below, most of my stuff that I show you in the videos, presets, project files, stems even, can be downloaded on the Patreon. Recently, under one of my videos, Valentin, aka Virtual Riot, commented, "Do one of my tutorials." So in today's tutorial review, we're going to be reacting to Virtual Riot tutorials. Now, this is a more complicated thing. It's not something that is extremely easy to do because first of all, he's been around for ages. So most of his tutorials that he did like 10 years ago are still useful, but some of the techniques are outdated. He frequently updates his Patreon and his YouTube with brand new stuff. I thought I'm going to show you guys what I watched back in the day. We can go from there. So personally, what I would recommend to watch back is, just for fun, the first few studio time episodes. Not extremely technical, but it's a fun watch. It also shows you where he came from. Everybody has to start somewhere. It's a fun watch. Then if you scroll up in his videos, you can find some super old Cubase tutorials, like making dubstep in Cubase. But I think the one that could benefit you the most, the first Serum tutorial he did. I believe this was the first one. If you check out this video, he also did pretty useful timestamping over here. You can learn a lot about Serum. Like, the fundamentals of Serum never changed. So FL modulation, wavetable synthesis. He messes around with the wavetable editor quite a bit, so that's also pretty useful.
Then maybe modulate key. I'm just gonna save this real quick. Go from turn up the voices to 16, monophonic, legato, turn on some portamento. What we can do then is modulate this and put it on sync, and modulate it quite slow.
Yeah, you can get a lot of good ideas from that and also learn the fundamentals of just how to make good sounds from a raw Serum patch with no effects. But he eventually puts effects on it, so it's all comprehensive and good. But yeah, I think he picked up YouTube a year ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. These tutorials are much more comprehensive. I recommend watching the track from scratch. Pretty fun intro with the Adventure Time theme. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but the thing that you have to know about Virtual Riot is that he graduated Mannheim University of Music, I believe. I don't know the exact name of the university, but it was a German music related university where he basically studied audio engineering, I believe. He's an extremely good audio engineer and musician at the same time. So I believe he's also a jazz pianist, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I know he plays the piano damn well. He basically inspired me to pursue audio engineering. So I went to audio engineering because of him. Unfortunately, because I learned English in school, not German, I didn't have as many choices, so I was stuck with a Hungarian sound engineering school, but it was perfectly fine at the time, so it gave me all the basics. This is why I am who I am right now. Back to the other videos, there are hidden stuff as well. I didn't see the Lunar breakdown, for example, in here, but I believe he made the track called Lunar on a stream, which was later re-uploaded. There's a channel called Virtual Riot Live Streams, and this is a pretty good source of getting to know the basics of structuring a melodic dubstep tune. It also helps with understanding signal flows, what comes after what. It's not the best quality because it's a re-upload, but it is a pretty fun watch. Also, this is not an ad or anything. I highly recommend the Virtual Riot Patreon. It's really technical and it's next level, but I have to warn you, you have to be somewhat knowledgeable in music production because the stuff that he does can get pretty confusing pretty fast. So for example, if you open up one of his crazy racks that he made, like for example the generative sound design racks, if you open one of these up and you don't watch the breakdown video of it, like how it was made, it can get real confusing real fast.
Bass sounds.
So here I have like some cute bell generator using a couple of operators. What's kind of happening in... So they're also using operator, and then there's some processing on here with like a smaller version of the fat rack. But sometimes just by hitting random, it just ends up putting all those oscillators in operator into the right pitch and in the right combination to sort of create a realistic sounding instrument. Like this sort of sounds like a slap bass. I thought it was kind of cool. About the bell. Do we have everyone now though? One more try.
But yeah, if you check out the insane amount of videos he has, he actually made a video about drum synthesizing in Serum, rhythm basses, dubstep basses, a shit ton of color-based stuff. I think he does a pretty good job of giving out extremely technical, detailed knowledge for intermediate and beginner producers, but again, for beginner producers, it can be a little too overwhelming, and that's totally okay. I think he actually does a great job of explaining random things that beginners might not know on the fly, which is great. But yeah, don't be upset if you subscribe to his Patreon and then you don't understand XY that he showed you, which is like a minor detail from a bigger video, and then you have to look that up and then look up something regarding that. So he makes complicated stuff. That's why his music is so awesome. That's about it. If I have to put up like 5 specific videos that you need to watch to get better, every single one of those videos have to be on the Virtual Riot YouTube channel, then I would probably suggest Studio Time with Virtual Riot number 6, all about Serum. Studio Time Season 2 Episode 2, Drums and More. Studio Time Season 2 Episode 3, Track from Scratch. Let your patterns write themselves. And then the last video I would watch, this generative synthesis video. I think if you watch those will give you a good idea of what you can get from his Patreon and how to do similar stuff to his. Obviously, if you have time, watch all of them because everything has great value. Honorable mention, watch the Lunar live stream re-upload because that shit is boysin on God. No cap, for real. And yeah, shout out Virtual Riot. This video was super easy to make. To be honest, because I've been following him for a long time now. Again, he was the one who made me go to audio engineering school because I wanted my mixdowns to be as perfect as his. Shout out to Virtual Riot for inspiring me to do that. I hope we can work on some music sometime. That would be insanely cool. Peace. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to check out my website for a lot of high quality Serum and Vital presets and drum samples. You can also support me on Patreon where I upload bass music specific tutorial content every single month. Peace.